Hello and welcome back to my YouTube. Please like and subscribe for more content like this. And my name's Leanne, I'm a yoga and Pilates teacher, online coach and personal trainer. And today I'm going to be taking you through a Pilates class aimed at the lower body. I'm going to target our abs and some back as well. Let's get started on the mat. I'm going to start with calf raises, rolling onto the heel, trying to get your toes up as high as you can. And with soft knees, so small bend in the knees, chest proud, ribcage in, belly button into spine. You've got them abs braced, will help with balance. Looking for another 10. Pause and squeeze at the top. Good. So we're getting nice and warmed up in the body. Practice some balance to get ready for the icy nights, proprioception, knowing where your limbs are in space to reduce the fall risk. And then we can get into some deep stretches for flexibility. Another 3, then you've got the option to hold at the top for a squeeze. So you start to feel a warmth and a burning in the calves. It's normal. And hold. 3, 2, 1, and release. Good. We're going to go on lateral leg lifts next. Trying to distribute your weight over the leg that's rising as well, so you're not bending over to one side. Again, soft knee. The more of a bend in this leg, the better. The more thigh, muscle, quad that you're working and strengthening just above the knee. Especially if you're feeling that warmth and that burning, you know it's working. Another 10. So as high as you can, coming down with control. Good. Deep breaths. 3, 2 more, then you've got the option to hold on that last one and hold. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and release. Well done. Over to the other side. Good. Making sure your knee stays faced forward. Another 10. And deep breaths. 4. What's fatigue and balance like on this side? Is it about the same? Make sure you're comparing. 2 more. And you've got the option to hold for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Release. You can feel that in the glutes. Shake off the legs. We're going to tree pose next. So hands on hips for stability, engaging the core. I'm going to bring our heel to just above the ankle, squeezing the bum cheeks together and pushing the knee out. So imagine you've got planes of glass in front and behind you, and then you can just, if you're at a place of stillness, soft knee, you can go ahead and rise your heel just below your knee. Deep breaths. And if you want to progress further and you're still nice and still, leg just under the hip. You can bring your arms out to the side to help with balance. Deep breaths. It's not a big deal if you get knocked off balance. You're just training your brain to improve. Just correct yourself and back into it. One more deep breath. Excellent. Let's see how we get on with the other side. Starting position, prep pause, pushing the knee out, squeezing the bum cheeks. Making sure your hips are face forward, then coming just underneath the knee. Chest proud, keep squeezing them bum cheeks. Balance might be worse or better on this side. And then if that feels okay, come just underneath the hip. Arms out to the side to help with balance. One more deep breath, focus on the spot on the wall. Oh, you're dancing there, Kate. Well done. Okay, we're going to come into a lunge position. So the longer in length your lunge is, the more you're going to stretch the back and work the back of the posterior. And you want to stretch the hip flexor as well. So I want you to sit in the middle of the lunge, make sure your knee doesn't go past your toe. Coming all the way up, all the way down. Knee ideally should just be off the floor, but if that feels too difficult, just reduce the range of movement to a small pulse. This is isolating and strengthening the knees as well, but it might be too much too soon, so just come down to a little pulse. Another 3, and then you've got the option to hold it at the bottom. One more. And hold, hands in prayer, deep breath. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, release. Well done. Over to the other side. Hands on hips, settle in. Looking for 8. One more, and hold. 5, deep breaths. 4, 3, 2, 1, release. Well done. Shake them legs off. Feel free to grab a drink as we move over to the mat. I'm going to move on to the sides of the stomach. Good, so hopefully we're nice and warm now. I'm going to work the sides of the hip area so we can get into some good stretches. So both, and some piriformis strengthening work. Both knees bent first for clamshells. Open up as much as you can and come down. If you're shaking, that's good. Just relaxing your shoulder. You can even lie down like that. Looking for about 20 reps, 15 to 20. Good. Another 10. Make sure your hips are stacked, rib cage is tucked in as you breathe. Your core's engaged. Let's have a poke around to make sure you've got tension if you're not sure. 3 more, and then we want to hold that last position. It's the option, and hold. Squeeze and bum cheeks to push out to that knee. And release. Good. I'm going to come into the elbow directly under the shoulder for side plank clamshells. So coming up a bit higher than parallel, so you've got a curve in the sides of the stomach. Clamshells for an additional 15 if you can. So you're holding that position. This is a massive stabilizer of the pelvis, good for balance and keeping balance. Another 10. Good. The other side, just trying to keep the hip up as high as you can. The other side's working hard. 5, 4, then you've got the option to hold that out or you can release. 2, 1, and hold out. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and release. Good. Lying down, back on the side, lateral leg lifts. Make sure your knee stays face forward. It's not rotating towards the sky. So legs extended, some more weight in the pelvis, the sides, the glutes, sides of the hips. So we need less reps, 12 to 15. So straight as your leg. Good. 5, 4. You might feel some warmth in the lower back as well. One more. Got the option to hold. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Release. Well done. Back into the side plank position. If you can, so you can have one leg bent, leg lifts, or to add more weight and do less reps, you can come into the full, but that's really challenging on the underside, so I think I'm going to do onto the knees. Lateral leg lifts as you're holding, looking for 8 to 10, so as high up as you can go. Even just 2, anything. 2 more, 1 more. Well done. Whew, that was tough. Piriformis strengthening and sciatic sweep to finish. External rotation, internal rotation, forward sweep. Trying your foot not to touch the floor, and be aware of any pinches or fatigue in the middle of the bum cheek. That's faced up. That's your piriformis, fatiguing, if you find this difficult. Try not to rush through it. Every rep counts. Are you shaking anywhere? Another 3. One more. Good. Final exercise. Going into the side plank. Onto the knees. I'm going to go for 12 hip dips, and then we're going to hold the last one if you're able to. And then we'll stretch. Deep breaths. Inhale as you rise, exhale as you fall. Hips coming all the way down. This is a shoulder exercise as well, strengthening the shoulder girdle. 9, good. Another 2, and you've got the option to release or hold. You're the boss, and hold. 10, deep breaths. 9. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and release. Bottom knee comes forward, top knee back. Inhale, arms rise, and exhale, fold over. Good. Pushing your hip down, your knees down into the floor. Can you get your arm over your head yet? Just keep trying. Relax your neck. Good. Over to the other side. Starting with clamshells. 15 to 20. Pause for a squeeze, for a shake. Last 5, then you've got the option to hold. One more, and hold. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, release. Side plank clamshells, holding the position as many as you can, or 10 to 12. A little bit higher than parallel, so you've got that curve in the sides of the stomach. Bracing your full core. 6, 7, and strengthening the sides of your neck as well in this position. Deep breaths, a couple more. And release. Lateral leg lifts next. Straight legs, and all the way up and all the way down. 12 to 15. As the weights increase, make sure your hips are stacked. Let it burn. How does this side feel? Is it struggling? It has been working in the first round though as well, keeping you up for the side planks. Couple more, and you've got the option to hold. One more, and hold. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And less than 6, 1 bent leg, lateral leg raises. 2, just anything you've got. Got to keep challenging. Good, coming back down. Piriformis work. So external rotation, internal forward sweep. 6 to 10. Trying to not let your foot touch anything. Take your time. One more. Good. Oh, struggle with that side. Side plank. Dips all the way up, all the way down. 12 to 15, then a hold. 4, coming down with control. Keep pushing them hips forward. Good, and hold. 10. 3, 2, 1, release. Bottom knee forward, let's go into the stretch. Inhale, arms rise. Exhale, can you get your arm over your head? On this side as well. So relaxing your neck. Pushing your knees down, hips down. Allowing yourself to feel that stretch in the sides of the stomach that you just worked. Good. Feel free to grab a drink. Well done. Glutes next. With some back bends. So we're going to come into the bridge position, hips up high as you can. Well, they're not going past your thigh. Embracing the core, connecting to it. You should start to feel a warmth or a cramping in your glutes. And if you keep your hips up, the warmth should be just above the hips and the lower back as well. Deep breaths. Then we're going to go into 15 toe calf raises. Trying to keep them hips up as high as you can. Keep connecting to that core. Relax your shoulders. Good. 5, 4, 2 more, 1 more. Good. Apanasana. Keeping your tailbone on the floor, knees in for a hug and roll side to side. Good. I'm going to challenge the stability of the pelvis and the strength of the glute. So you can do the same again if you've maybe had a wee break from class or coming down with something, you're just not feeling like a challenge today, can stay like this into calf raises, or going to bring the leg extended all the way up and down to just about shin height. It's not coming all the way down, but you're trying to keep them hips up level, up as high as you can. So anything over 4 is great. 2 more if you can. 1 more. Good, well done. You can really feel your lower back working to stabilise everything there. You can see how important it is. Leg extends again. Same amount of reps that you did. Concentrate. Have a look down, make sure them hips are level. Good. Another 3, 2. Well done. Apanasana, knees in for a hug and roll, keeping the tailbone on the floor. Back up into the bridge position, distributing your weight over your left. And now our right knee's going to come up and out to the side and in. Out to the side. You can really feel the sides and the lower back engaged to keep you stable. This is such a good exercise. Another 5, if I do say so myself because I made it up last night. But physios are going to want this, honestly. 1 more. Good. And down. Let's swap over to the other side. You can really feel all the muscles working to stabilize you. Anything over 4. Excellent. One more. Knees in for a hug and roll. Well done. So now we're nice and warm, can bring in some stretches and mobilizing work. So we're going to come up into the bridge. You can stay here or you can go into a back bend. So tuck in the shoulders further under the chest, chest to sky, opens up the chest massively, great for posture, you know, if you're slumped over a desk, or parent posture holding children. Hips up further, walk your legs a little bit closer towards your head. Hips up as high as you can. If you can interlace your hands, do so. Deep breaths and you'll feel this warmth in the lower to mid back. Try and breathe and you're telling your brain that everything's fine and to relax as much as you can. Untuck the hands. Slowly take your time and release. And then we'll come into Apanasana, hug and roll again. Good. Now I just want to move into a quick core blast. So legs up in tabletop, hands behind head supporting the neck. As you're crunching in, pause for 1, 2, and release. Knees stay up, so your back stays against the mat. 1, 2, hips up off the floor if you can. Total of 12, because that pause is making things very progressive and difficult. 5. Exhale as you're coming up. Another 2 if you can. One more. Good. Bringing the arms down. Inhale, arms rise. Filling the lungs completely on the inhale. One more. Breathing out slower than what you're inhaling. I'm going to do that once more, legs up in tabletop. Another 12 or as many as you can, lifting your hips up. Pause at the top for a count of 2. Over halfway. If it's burning, it's working. Last 2. One more. Good. 2 deep breaths. Pause at the top with full lungs. One more. Good. Arms out to the side. It's a bit of a spinal twist going on here. Window wipers. Exhale. Bent knees coming up. Take your time with these. Quality reps. Always keeping one part of the back on the floor. Slower you do it, you're able to check that you're using the core to bring them knees up. Two more. Good. When you finish your last rep, I'm going to bring our feet together and our knees out to the side. Just relaxing in this position. Allowing yourself to feel the stretch in the inner groin, natural, normal curves in your lower back. If it feels too intense, you can put your fists under your top of your thigh. You're just trying to relax as much as possible. Deep breaths will help this happen sooner. Bringing both knees together, spinal twist, knees over to one side, shoulder blades down on the mat, and you're looking the other side. I'm just going to settle into this position. Inhale, push the belly out. And the next exhale should move you deeper into the stretch because you're able to relax more muscles. If you want to extend and increase the stretch, extend that top leg, hold on to it with the other arm. One more deep breath. Bending both knees, moving over to the other side, taking your time if you're stiff. Settling into this new position. Deep breaths. Extend that leg if you want to add more weight on this side as well. Make sure both shoulder blades are on the mat. Letting your body sink into the mat. 2 more deep breaths. Good. Moving over to the side where your knees are faced forwards. I'm going to come up into tabletop position. And we're going to come into a down dog, paddling them heels out, hips up to sky, so you feel a high hamstring stretch. So you're untucking the pelvis. It's that it's that tilt forward in the pelvis needed for that high hamstring stretch. Relaxing your neck. And we're going to send our right leg up into 3-legged dog and back and over to the dragon. If you can't do the dragon, feel free to go into a low lunge. Otherwise, foot next to your hands for the dragon. Massive hip opener. So we're nice and warm from the exercises we've done. So we're going to open up these hips. Untucking the back foot. Just going to settle into this position. Deep breaths. As you begin to settle in, you'll feel some give after a few seconds, might even take a minute, depending on stress levels, inflammation, mental health, hormones, and how you're feeling, sleep. If you want to straighten that back leg a little bit more, feel free. Adding more weight. I want to flex the foot and move on to the ridge of it. pushing our knee out. So I'm going to hold on to the knee and move forwards and backwards. So exhale towards the knee, inhale as we open up. And notice where you're feeling that as you're opening up around the pelvis. A total of 10. Good. 3, 2. Just take your time. More. Back into the dragon with your knee faced out still. Stay here, or if you feel there's enough give, go onto your elbows. Straightening that leg at the back a little bit more is needed. You might want to rock left and right in this position. Just trying to loosen off. You feel a stretch in the back as well. Good. Extending the arms again, and then this foot at the front, so on a heel toe into the pigeon. So a good bend in the leg. Sitting upright in the pigeon to start. Trying to relax the hips. Notice where it feels tight. And then we're going to add 2 deep breaths first. Shining your chest forward. These can be quite intense, all of these stretches, by the way. If you are struggling, it's not just you, these are hard. So you can come in and out of them whenever you need to. So we're going to come up a little bit in the pigeon and push our hips and our knees down into the ground, our shoulders back, pushing up like that. Deep breaths. 3, 2, 1, and then release. I'm going to come down and you'll feel a bit more of a give. Bit of a PNF stretch, which increases flexibility. Notice where you're feeling it now. You might want to increase the stretch by bringing the foot up a little bit further at the front, or stays exactly the same. It's totally up to you. And I'll come out with it a little bit more again, pushing the knees down into the floor. 2 deep breaths. One more. Well done. And settle back. So it shouldn't be painful, just discomfort. We're going to make our way back into a down dog. Paddle them feet out. Notice the difference in how your hip feels on that side. Now it's all stretched out. Hopefully there's more space. And feel a little bit looser. When you're ready, if you want to try it with this side, left leg comes up and back into 3-legged dog, and then into dragon. Settling in, deep breaths. You're just relaxing your nervous system from any stress with those deep breaths. And that's where tension is released. Or you can go into that low lunge position and hold that. Untuck the back foot, straighten the leg a little bit more if things feel okay here. Deep breaths. Good. Trying to relax those hip areas. Flexing the ankle, move on to the ridge, pushing the knee out to the side. And move forwards and backwards for 8 to 10 reps. Again, notice how this side feels. Remember the hip joint, a ball and socket, so there's loads of mobility. We just get tight with the tissues surrounding it, so that's what we're working on. Again, you can come in and out of this whenever you feel you need to. Another 3, 2. One more. Settle back in with extended arms. 2 deep breaths. Straighten that leg a little bit more at the back. And if you're able to, on this side, come back onto your elbows to increase that stretch. Deep breaths, 2. It's an intense one. Well done, extending them arms. Heel toe into pigeon. Well done, sitting with that discomfort. Like I said, it's intense. Settle into the pigeon. Hips down on the floor. One more deep breath. Notice where you're feeling this. Make sure you're not being pulled out. More bend in the knee if you are. The next inhale, pushing your knees into the ground, arms come back, chest shining, opening the heart center, pushing your hip into the floor, pushing down. One more. Good, exhale, settle in. Trying to relax. If you want to increase the stretch, bring that foot up a little bit higher, sitting in the middle. And the next inhale, come out again, PNF stretch, pushing down into the floor. Deep breath, over-exaggerate that breath. Good. Coming down again when you've finished your breath, relax. Well done. Making your way over to the down dog. Noticing how your hips feel now. Paddling them heels out. And before we lie in Shavasana, just going to bring our knees out to the side for child's pose. Sitting with that inner groin stretch. Forehead to mat if you can. Knees as wide as you can. And you'll probably feel that you're able to get a little bit wider than normal. Or you feel the stretch sooner because you've gone wider subconsciously. Good, well done. Making our way over to Shavasana. Corpse pose, lying down. So, arms out to the side. If that feels aggravating for the back, come into semi-supine. Just want you totally relaxed. Well done. Just feeling the weight of your body in the mat as you begin to settle in. Observing your breath. Make sure you're breathing deeply. On the inhale, feeling your belly rise along with your rib cage and then chest. And then slowly exhale, feeling your chest and rib cage fall and belly empty. Making a conscious effort now to use the diaphragm. As you inhale, inflate the ribs. Feeling the weight of the heels in the mat. How your ankles feel. And knees. Feeling the weight of your pelvis and your lower back curve. Feeling how your shoulders feel on the mat. Beginning to feel heavier. Feeling the backs of your elbows on the floor. And your wrists and fingertips. Every time your mind wanders, bring it back to the breath. Relaxing your jaw, having space between your teeth will relax your facial muscles. Relax your eyes. And imagine your head resting on a soft velvet cushion. Visualize your toes, your toenails. Are they painted? I want you to visualize your happy place, wherever that is for you, the environment, and what you can hear in that environment, any smells. Are you walking barefooted? What can you see there? Can you name 3 things that you can see? And I want to ask you what you're grateful for this week. It's very easy to just let life take over and you're just reacting to what life's bringing to you. It's important to take a moment to be present with the body and the mind and be grateful for your heart beating, your breath, the roof over your head, the people in your life. Some people might be hard work, but you're very grateful for them nonetheless. Seeing things as a challenge rather than a struggle. How does your breath feel on the inhale? How does your body feel right now? Hopefully warmth. You should be very proud of yourself for attending this morning and challenging your body and having it work for you. On the next inhale, if you'd like to stay in Shavasana, feel free, or you can move over into any seated position for some pranayama relaxation breath work. Deep breaths. We're going to practice alternate nostril breathing, which helps calms the central nervous system, gets you out of fight, flight, and calms the left and the right hemispheres of the brain. So sitting tall, shoulders down away from ears, ribcage in, belly button into spine. Feel free to close your eyes. It feels like a little mini nap you've had sometimes when you open them again. So with our right hand, we're going to take these 2 fingers, your index and your thumb. We're going to completely close over the right nostril and exhale through the left. Then you're going to inhale through the left, filling them lungs completely, and then swap over, close the left nostril, open the right, and breathe out through the right nostril completely. Inhale through the right, fill them lungs, swap over, exhale through the left. Inhale through the left. Exhale through the right. Inhale through the right. Continue. Try and breathe out slower than what you're breathing in. This is more calming. Keep sitting tall. Using the belly, the diaphragm, the chest to rise as you're bringing that oxygen in. Namaste.